back to another episode of Vired Voices. For those who are joining us for the first time, Vired Voices is a podcast channel where we try to capture the stories of our learners. And today we have another special guest, Danielle. Daniel is a young learner and he has opted for something which is not straight out of the commons. It's absolutely unusual for people to be doing DevOps as as a specialization. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. I am doing pretty well.
So, Daniel, can you let our listeners know where you're joining us from today? And
I'm joining from Hyderabad today. That is my hometown.
And Daniel, to sort of kick off, what as a kid, when probably you were 5, 6, 7 years old, what is it that you wanted to do, and is it along the lines of what you're doing today?
When I was younger, I wanted to be a car designer and an automobile journalist. But then my love for computers took over, and I am in the computer field today.
So, do you think that in the future you will be able to go back to cars, that is your original sort of love, or computer sciences happens to be still an overpowering love than car and automobile in general?
I made cars my hobby, so so computers is my main, and I won't be shifting from that anytime soon.
So, when is it that you realized that you wanted to do DevOps?
Basically, in my college, I was looking at, and because my course has very different kinds of approaches to computers, they taught me the current trends, the current new technologies like AI, machine learning, cloud, right. etc. When I was very interested in cloud. From cloud, I transitioned into cloud and DevOps.
So, Daniel, is it difficult for you to explain to your friends and family what typically DevOps is? Because it's not something that non-tech people are well versed with. And you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yes, it is very difficult to explain, but I found a trick. So what I usually say is that someone else develops an application, and I'm the one who makes sure that application reaches the user, the consumer, the person who's looking at it. That's how I explain to most people.
But do you think that, with tech becoming the kind of center stage for India, tech is evolving at a rocket speed in India specifically? Do you think that, school-going kids or maybe young college students will start familiarizing with these concepts?
School-going kids will not be able to, because they just know what a computer is and nothing more than that. But college kids should be given like a brief into what the different fields of computing are, and hopefully people will get to learn what DevOps is as well.
So, if you have to sort of shortlist 3 key job roles in DevOps, what are those 3 top job roles according to you in DevOps?
In DevOps, you'd have the DevOps engineer. Then you could also have, if you're going through the cloud side, you'd have a cloud engineer. And you could also be a DevOps architect or DevOps solution freelancer, for example.
Yeah. So what is it that you are most keen on?
I am most keen on being a cloud engineer because my background is actually cloud. I would like to leverage DevOps to help my cloud engineering be better.
So, Daniel, you fairly understood when you were young that you wanted to get into computers, and that is going to be the trajectory. You have a clear bifurcation between your hobby and your main. So, but then if you had to advise maybe the 15-year-old self, what is that one piece of advice you'd give your 15-year-old self?
I would say don't stress too hard on things that are not going to make your future bigger. And make sure that whatever you do, whatever interests you, do it to your best.
So, and that is for the 15-year-old self. What is that one piece of advice you want to sort of look back at once you turn, say, maybe a 45 or 50 in the future?
I don't know. Probably, maybe when my 40 or 50-year-old self would tell me that I should, take it chill. Maybe, I don't know. Yes.
Okay, Daniel. So I think that's a lovely conversation, short and lovely conversation that we had with you. One line of advice that you'd want to give to young learners who typically shy away from upskilling themselves time to time. So one piece of advice for them.
Okay. As a person who hasn't, I mean, was in the same place and I didn't want to upskill, I would tell someone, if you think that you know everything and you don't need a chance to upskill, just go and take a look at what actual people do in offices, like what actual work is being done. And when you feel that you have so much left to learn, that's when you have to learn to upskill.
That's a very, very beautifully set advice for young learners who should be upskilling time to time. Thank you, Daniel. It was a lovely conversation with you, and good luck on your next steps. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.